Hi, I'm Dr. Sarah, and this is Dr. Andrew.
Hello.
You probably met one of us on your first visit, and we asked you to come here, and thank you for coming here to watch this. One, to understand your condition better, to understand what you're going to be seeing on your x rays, and then also the next steps and what you can expect. So, in the next 15 minutes, we're going to go over how your body and spine work, how your spinal condition is affecting your overall health, and then also what you can do about it. And if it's okay with you, we're going to share some stories about ourselves.
Yeah.
I'll tell you about ourselves.
I'm Dr. Andrew, if we haven't met again, and I'm going to tell you my story, my chiropractic story. So, my chiropractic story began when I was in sixth grade. My mother always went to the chiropractor, and she would be out, like we'd be out running errands. So, she would have an appointment. I would go with her, and the chiropractor would adjust me, not for any particular reason, but because I was there and he knew I needed it. And it felt good. I didn't really have any issues, but it felt good and kept my body, the motion of my body, good. So that all changed for me when I was in ninth grade. It was during basketball tryouts. We did a bunch of drills where we were jumping, and I went to sit down in the lobby after the tryouts. There was about a 30-yard walk to the parking lot. So I was waiting for my mother. And when she finally pulled in, I stood up and went to go walk towards her. And all of a sudden, I had this just weird feeling I've never experienced before. I had my left leg felt like it was numb. It also felt like I was walking on pins and needles. So I had this weird pain shooting down my leg. I had this numbness in my leg. It was, totally scared me. I had no idea what's going on. Never experienced anything like this before. So I hobbled to the car. I went home. It continued all throughout the night. So my mom called our chiropractor the next day and got me an appointment. So at this point, he took X-rays of my low back, and to our total surprise, I had somehow, it probably happened either when I was learning to walk, or either I was born with it. When you learn to walk and you fall down a lot on your butt, or I was born with it. But I had some severe damage done to my low back, and it crushed me to hear him say that. He said, it's a great probability that you're going to have spinal surgery someday on your low back just to stabilize that area. So from this point on, he said contact sports weren't a good option. That means, no football, no basketball, no baseball. It's what I lived to do as a kid. I love sports, and that was my life. So, I mean, I was crushed. He just flipped my world upside down. So I started just getting more traditional care. I got chiropractic care. I got physical therapy, massage therapy, took Advil, got acupuncture, and only thing I would get with these would be temporary relief. And this happened for the next 23 years. And this all changed the day I found chiropractic biophysics. It's also known as CBP. It's what we do here in our office. Um, I found that there was a treatment that I could do on my back that didn't involve drugs or surgery. And so what I did, or what I had done, was I did spinal traction, I did neuromuscular reeducation, I did mirror image exercises, and I was able to get some correction of my low back, which just the correction I got changed my life completely. Now, I'm not able to get full correction because of the damage that had been done, but the correction I got, like I said, totally changed my life. I can live pain free, play with my kids, do the things I love to do. Surgery's off the table. I won't have to have surgery. But the big thing I always think of is, what if I discovered this 23 years ago? What if somebody would have showed me this? The amount of correction I could have gotten 23 years ago is a lot different than what I could have got now. When your body's young, you still had some more mobility down there. So thank goodness I found it. I was able to get some correction. Totally changed my life. But I wish, I would have known about it earlier in life. But that's why we have dedicated what we do in our office to this technique. We've been able to help thousands of people in our community get amazing results. So that's really why we do what we do. And that's why we take it, to the next level.
Yeah, and on your first visit, I'm sure that we went over the spine chart with you. And if you don't mind, I'm going to go over that with you real quick again. You know that your brain controls everything in your body. It does that by sending messages down your spinal cord, out your nerves, to all the organ systems in the body. These organ systems are totally dependent on that energy from the brain to just keep us healthy and keep us alive. Now, in your first visit, we might have talked about subluxations. You might have heard that word or remember that word. So we're going to talk to you and just educate you a little bit more on the different types of subluxations here. So there's two types of subluxations. There are segmental subluxations. So a segmental subluxation is when the individual bones shift out of place, just like you see on here. That puts tension on the nerves, and that creates inflammation and pain and tightness and discomfort. Mm-hmm. Now there's also, and this is where the traditional chiropractor fixes or helps to fix. Mm-hmm. Now there's also another type of subluxation you might not know about, and it's called a global subluxation. And so in a global subluxation, you should have a nice C-shaped curve in your neck, okay? Now, just like up in the poster there, nice C-shaped curve. Now, when a global subluxation, you can see that this neck or the vertebrae in this neck have straightened out. And so in the global subluxation, the area straightens out, and that puts a ton of stress and tension on the spinal cord. Now, when there's stress and tension, not only on the nerves, but on the spinal cord, then this creates not only pain, discomfort, inflammation, but it also will cause organ dysfunction as well.
Yeah. Another thing this does is when you don't have this proper curve, the weight of your head and the rest of your spine is now transferred into the discs of these areas, which aren't designed to handle that much of a load. Mm-hmm. So you start to get rapid degeneration. So when you get rapid degeneration, you get things like degenerative disc disease, and that really starts to affect that nerve flow also. So now you have a compounded problem.
Yeah, arthritis, and then it creates like low energy and fatigue and sleeping problems, and thyroid problems, digestion.
You do a lot. So as you were saying before, when you go to your traditional chiropractor, this is what they focus on. This is what they're really good at helping to fix. And this is where we take it to the next level. Not only do we fix this, which is represented here, but we also fix the global subluxations. Yeah. So we do that by using spinal traction. We do neuromuscular re-education. We do mirror image exercises. So we're taking it to a whole new level. We want you to fix it. We want to fix this because this gives you long-lasting results. Right. This is what gives you the long-term results and the results that everybody wants and seeks.
Exactly. Yes. So let me tell you a story about a girl who had traditional chiropractic for 25 years of her life. But they missed the global subluxation. So this girl, she had chiropractic since she was 3. So she had ear infections, went to the chiropractor, and through chiropractic, her body was able to heal the ear infections. Now, her father was a chiropractor as well, and she had had chiropractic her whole life. She lived a very chiropractic lifestyle. She, was given vitamins and supplements. She barely took any medication growing up. She ate really healthy. And so she grew into a really healthy adolescent. Now, when she was 16, she was involved in a motor vehicle accident. Didn't think anything about it, had some tension or stiffness in the neck, but it was a minor impact. Didn't think much about it. Went and got adjusted by her father and went on her way. Well, 2 months later, she started to experience flare-ups in her lower back, and she would go get adjusted, and it would help. And then when she was 16, or when she went to college, she was under a lot of stress, as you guys know, right? College, you're studying, you're in poor postures. She was on the computer, she was on her phone. She wasn't eating well, she wasn't sleeping well. And one day she went to bed and she woke up the next day and she couldn't move. She had really bad flare up in her low back. And so she figured, well, let me go get adjusted and get traditional chiropractic, which always helped. And this time that traditional chiropractic didn't help. And so she was terrified. She was like, what am I going to do? How am I going to fix this? Well, this low back pain became a chronic issue and became a chronic issue for the next 5 years. And she began to have leg numbness down her left leg. She started to experience organ system problems such as like low metabolism, weight gain, hair thinning. She had like brain fog. Her thyroid started to dysfunction, and her health really went into a chaotic mode. And so after these 5 years, she met a chiropractor who did the technique that we do in our office, CBP. And when she met him, he did a full exam and full set of x-rays on her, which she was really appreciative of because people had only been looking at her lower back and taking x-rays of her lower back. So he brought her back the next day and he showed her x-rays and he told her something really surprising. He said, your neck is actually going the opposite way from where it should be. And this is what's causing your lower back pain. And she was in shock because she was like, well, what do you mean? Like, I don't have any pain in my neck, And he was like, and he taught her how the whole spine is one unit. So if one area is out, it's going to affect another area. And it really started to make sense to her. And she started to become really optimistic. Like, this could be the answer to, what she had been searching for 5 years. And so she fully committed to the process. He said, this is going to take a time commitment. It's also going to take a financial investment. But he said, we can correct this for you. So she went through the process. It took her 6 months to correct. And she got amazing results. Mm-hmm. And this is, I know this woman really, really well because this woman was me. And this is my story. I'm the one who had gotten traditional chiropractic my entire life, and pretty much my entire life, and suffered with all these health problems and health concerns. And I'm going to show you my x-rays actually from that day. He took them. So this is the before x-ray, and this is what my neck looked like when I was 30 years old at the time. So this is what my neck looked like. So you can see the red line is where I was. You can see how straight and reversed it was going in the opposite direction. And then the green line is where I should have been. And this x-ray was actually taken 6 months ago. Mm-hmm. And I have been able to, through CBP, through maintenance, I've been able to continuing to stabilize and keep that curvature in my spine and maintain all the gains I got. And my body has just become stronger and stronger these past 11 years now. So this completely changed my life. I didn't have to wake up in pain, which was a big one for me. My leg numbness gone. I was able to work out again, which I love to do. I was even able to run, which I never thought I'd be able to do. I've carried babies, and I've been able to travel. I've been able to take care of my patients, all completely pain-free, because I was able to, so grateful that I was able to actually change my spine, and it completely changed my life. So I can't imagine where my life would be. I mean, can you imagine
not a good place.
Where my life would be if I never did this and I never took that step, because it really helped heal my life.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. My body.
So when you come in for your next visit, we're going to go over everything we've analyzed with you, and we're going to see if there's something we can help you with, if there's an issue, and we're going to give you different options on what we can do. If there's something that does exist, different options on what we recommend and what we can do for you. Yeah. So we definitely look forward to seeing your next visit.
Yeah, thank you for
watching.
We'll see you soon.